Mag-usap na lang kayo mamaya.
Patay tayo. No, hindi, I was about to say, kasi you noticed my haircut, nainggit ako sa'yo because nga, pumunta ka kina Tita Cherry at
Ninang
Coach
Cherry.
Chot. Ninang Cherry and Ninang Chot.
Ninang.
Oo, kinuwento ko si Tony and Guy. But I know you will be very, very busy later on with Bok Edlingao and the one and only Ces Orenia Drilon for our special coverage over at The Hague. First appearance ni former
Big story,
President
big night.
Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Thank you once again to the Big Story. Have a great weekend if you will have any. Thank you to Ces and to Pauline. We've got scores from today's NBA games on the show tonight, plus Game 1 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals between the TNT Tropang Giga and Barangay Ginebra San Miguel.
And we've got Pinay Pool champion Rubilen Amit live in the studio to talk about her latest victories and what she's got in store next.
I'm excited to get to see world-class
Yes.
pool player, world-class talent in Bingkay, Rubilen Amit, in just a bit. So a little bit of commercial because later on we will, again, special coverage at 9 o'clock. Of course, former President Rodrigo Duterte's first appearance at the ICC. But for now, I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calaw.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Navino, the show by Mamoy Lee. Puts it on. Unbelievable. On the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bacunas rejecting Estevo for the
The Milwaukee Bucks withstand a Luka Doncic explosion, snapping a 3-game skid with decisive dub over the Los Angeles Lakers. Final score here, 126-106, as the Bucks were ahead the whole way. But the Lakers kept punching back, with Luka having the very hot hand. It wasn't until late in the third period when Milwaukee was able to pull away, thanks to a 27-4 run sparked by the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek freak just flirted with a triple-double here, posting 24 points, grabbing 12 boards, and dishing out. Lillard added a combined 45 markers and 15 dimes. Doncic had his best scoring game as a Laker, finishing with 45 points in a losing effort. The Lake Show is still without LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and Jackson Hayes, all because of injuries. The Purple and Gold have dropped 3 straight games off the road and are now 4th in the West with 40 wins and 24 losses. The Bucks are in the same spot in the East, having 37 victories against 28 defeats.
Another win for the Golden State Warriors, another milestone for Steph Curry. The chef became the first player in NBA history to hit 4,000 three-pointers as the Dubs beat the Sacramento Kings 130-104. Curry nailed the historic triple off an assist by Moses Moody with 8 minutes and 19 seconds left in the third quarter. The Warriors' main man finished with 11 points, including a couple from beyond the arc. Ironically, it was defensive specialist Draymond Green who top scored for the Bay with 23 markers. Green also shot 4 of 7 from deep. Jonathan Kuminga showed up as well, tallying 18 points after a 31-game absence due to an ankle injury. As a team, Golden State torched Sacramento with 22 three balls on 56% shooting. DeMar DeRozan had 23 points in a losing cause. Domantas Sabonis is still out for the Kings with a strained hamstring. The Warriors have won 6 straight games and 11 of their last 12. They are 6th in the West with a 38-28 win-loss slate. The Kings are 9th in the conference with 33 victories and 32 setbacks.
3 more NBA games on tap for you. Here's how they went. Rookie Alex Sarr's clutch heroics on both ends leads to a 129-125 win by the Washington Wizards over the Detroit Pistons. Paolo Banchero's 34 points and 11 rebounds lifts the Orlando Magic past the New Orleans Pelicans 113-93. And lastly, Kobe White is again at the forefront of the Chicago Bulls' 116-110 victory over the Brooklyn Nets.
In other NBA news, the San Antonio Spurs are losing another star for the rest of the season. De'Aaron Fox is getting surgery to repair a tendon on his left pinky finger. Swipa suffered the injury during training camp in October while he was still with the Sacramento Kings. It's a huge blow for the Spurs as they already lost Victor Wembanyama for the year due to a blood clot in his shoulder. San Antonio acquired Fox during the trade deadline and has been averaging close to 20 points and at least 4 rebounds and 6 assists through 17 games with the Spurs. He had his highest scoring game for the Silver and Black on Thursday, finishing with 32 markers in a win against the Dallas Mavericks. The Spurs are currently 12th in the West with 27 wins and 37 losses.
Okay, meantime, here at home, the best of 3 quarterfinals of the PBL All-Filipino Conference will begin tomorrow in the first match at 4 p.m. As you can see on your screens, Gallery's Tower High Risers will take on the Akari Chargers. Akari is slightly favored here in this matchup after defeating Gallery's in 4 sets in their preliminary round match last November. Then at 6:30 p.m., the PLDT high-speed hitters will clash with the Choco Mucho Flying Titans in a highly anticipated showdown. In their preliminaries encounter last month, Choco Mucho took down PLDT in 4 sets. Tomorrow's matches will be held at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. You can catch all the action live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and of course, on the Pilipinas Live app.
Thea Gagate and the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells are looking for more as they advance to their first ever quarterfinals in the PVL. The Thunderbells completed the Pool A sweep after taking down the Capital One Solar Spikers last night in 4 sets. Chai Troncoso top scored for Zeus Coffee again with 15 points, while Gagate dominated the middle with 13 markers, including 4 kill blocks. Now, the Thunderbells are preparing for their best of 3 quarterfinal series against the second-seeded Petrogas Angels. The series will start on Tuesday. For Gagate, it's all about working harder as they try to pull off another upset in the playoffs.
Ako, laban na talaga. Di naman, yun nga, sabi ko sa kanina, di naman madali yung pinagdaanan namin na situation ngayon. So, kailangan na namin ibigay lahat ng efforts, lahat ng paghihirap namin sa training, and application talaga sa mga natutunan namin sa qualifying rounds. Well, palagi lang naman akong nag-stay present. Ayoko masyadong mag-jump into the future agad kasi bilog naman yung bola. So, lahat ng teams talaga palaban, like pro league na to. So, at least ngayon, unti-unti na namin talagang sinusolid yung core namin, and excited lang talaga ako sa upcoming games.
Just a couple of weeks after winning back-to-back tournaments, world-class Pinay pool player Rubilen Amit joins us live in the studio to talk about those victories and her upcoming plans. Catch that interview when Play-by-Play returns. we are back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play. A crucial set of games on tap today in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. First, the Crisscross King Crunchers assert their dominance over the Signal HD Spikers. The King Crunchers took down the HD Spikers once more, this time in 4 sets, 19-25, 25-14, 25-20, and 25-19. Jaron Riquinton had a brilliant outing for the still unbeaten Crisscross squad with 18 points and 4 excellent digs. Meanwhile, the Savoj Spin Doctors are through to the semifinals after defeating the Alpha Insurance Protectors in straight sets. Final score 25-12, 25-21, and 25-21. Mark Calado led all scorers with 15 points to go along with 7 excellent receptions. And lastly, the VNS Lady Creek Griffins stay in the hunt for a semifinal spot after a dominant straight sets win over PGJC Navy Sea Lions, 25-23, 25-19, and 25-19. Once again, it was CJ Segi leading the charge for VNS, scoring 17 points on an efficient 16 of 28 clip from attacks.
Meanwhile, Pinay pool star Rubilen Amit made headlines earlier this month after winning back-to-back tournaments in Las Vegas in the U.S.
And to talk to us about the journey and what's next for our world-class player, we've got Rubilen herself live in the studio. Good evening and welcome to Play by Play. Thank you for making the time to join us tonight.
Good evening and thank you for inviting me over.
Nax, I really love Bingkay's demeanor. And pag sabi ko nga sa kanya, Check, di nagbabago yung itsura mo. Kung ano yung itsura niya 10 years, 12 years ago, ganun pa rin yung itsura mo.
Hindi
As I
nagbabago ang
answered you,
ugali.
hindi nagbabago yung height din.
Ako din naman But thank you. Welcome to Play by Play
Thank you.
here on One News.
And first of all, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Another 3 tournaments, yes? Not
yes,
just
3
2.
tournaments.
My goodness
In 1 week.
gracious.
In one week.
In 1 week.
Grabe.
It's hard work.
Wala. Basic para sa iyo.
Oo nga eh.
Basic yun.
At 44 years old, hindi basic.
But also, this is just 5 months after winning the Women's World 9-Ball Championship. This was
Yes,
in
ma'am.
September. And then that was in New Zealand. And then you just came from Vegas. You were able to kind of rest for maybe a week since arriving.
Yes, fixing jet lag. So yes, from the World Championship, a week after to Shanghai for the China Open, and then after that to Bacolod for a tournament, and then after that to Puerto Rico, and then after that to Qatar. So I had a January for a rest, and then this Vegas.
Napagod kami just hearing your schedule.
Oh my,
But no,
grabe.
see, so you already mentioned at 44 years old,
Yes.
and then the traveling nonstop, but you have been winning left and right. So how would you describe yung level of play mo ngayon as a competitive athlete? Do you think this is the best version of yourself, or I mean, do we still have? I mean, I'm sure we have more to see.
I'm very blessed to still be competing at this level, at this age also. And I've been playing for how many years already? 32 years already. But still, I love playing pool. I love, aside from me knowing more about the sport as I age, I know more about myself now. So but now I think what helped is the holistic approach. Because before the pandemic, I would play like hours and hours, 6 to 8 hours a day. But now, a friend of mine who's also a world champion bowler, B-Boy Rivera, gave me a very good advice. He told me to lessen the hours on the table and to improve my, how do I say it, the physical side. Because as you age, you have to work on your body more. So I do swim. I have, I'm just so lucky that I have somebody who helps me with physical therapy, strength and conditioning, and I have mental training, sports psychology, and sports vision. So sports vision is very important also because as you age, when you hit 38, whether you like it or not, your eyesight really deteriorates or changes.
Yun din yung maganda doon, and lagi namin pinag-usapan ni Check to, like LeBron James in the NBA still plays at a high level for his age kasi the way you take care of your body is no joke. And as we always say in sports, Father Time is undefeated.
Yes.
So the only way we can at least keep up with it is like what you said, taking care of your body regularly and swimming ka, watch what you eat and everything.
We have to give props to Rubilen for putting emphasis on this because people think that billiards is billiards.
Correct.
Yeah.
Diba?
Correct,
It's not, people don't consider it the most physical.
I mean, let's be honest, mga naglalaro nga sa mga tambayan, mga manginginom na rin.
But
So, but at a high level,
to become the world champion.
correct. Oo.
To be able to somehow be consistent.
Yeah, and to be like you. Syempre,
It's a different
consist- yeah.
approach though.
Yeah. And to play at a high level, kumbaga, di ba, like what you... Okay, pag-usapan natin yung winning back-to-back tournaments in Vegas. Ito yung level of play in these tournaments, kasi no joke, sabi mo nga, di ba, in 1 week,
Yeah,
ilan?
the schedule.
Oh, the schedule was grueling, and then you factor in jet lag. So, first, you mentioned the schedule, how tough was that? And then factor in your opponents as well in those tournaments.
Yeah, so I had 3 events. First was I played against the current World 10-ball champion, which is Christina Ticach. So it was a head-to-head between the World 10-ball champion and the World 9-ball champion. So that itself, we played 9-ball, and then we played 10-ball, and then we ended up 1 each. So we had a deciding match, which was 8-ball. So with that palang talagang to play against a current world champion also. So it was really taxing. And then next, I played with Coach Django. Ito talaga,
Oh, yun.
it's an honor. It's always an honor to play with
One of the greats, one of the
one of the
legends,
greats,
oh.
exactly. So it's more of, although we didn't reach the top, what do you call this, the top level, but we finished top 16. So, but then I learned a lot from Coach Django. And then the last event, which is the singles event, the women's event, the Las Vegas women's singles, that was really tough because I played a total of, I think, 8 or 9 matches in that event itself. So within a day, I could have like 3 to 4 matches or even 5 matches. So it's really about, siguro lang talaga, I just love what I do.
You
That's
have
the
to.
that's the most important part. And
Pati yung mental game.
yes, the mental game. And I love competition. I love the competition, high-level competition. Because aside from me wanting to, of course, to play my best and to win, it's me watching my opponents and learning from them also. Because my partner was with me, and while she was there, she was telling me, ginagaya mo yung kalaban mo, no? Yung break niya. Because it was working for her. So it was working for her. I was like trying to also experiment if it will work
break
for
niya.
me. Yung break niya. So ganun din. It's for me, it's such a blessing to be in that stage, to be competing, to be doing what you love, at the same time learning from all these high-level players. So ang daming benefit. Hard work lang. Pero
Grabe.
madaming
Pati
benefits.
yung humility
Oo nga
talaga.
eh.
Grabe. Hindi nagbago eh. Yeah.
This is why I love interviewing Rubilen. But also, outside of the game, you already mentioned taking care of your body, and part of that was your diet. We were talking about this before the show, that mas mahihirapan ka mag-focus if kumakain ka. Or,
Yeah.
grabe!
Opo. Kaya now, bumabawi ako, kumakain talaga ako ngayon. But,
Kasi
yeah,
tapos na.
tapos na. But that's true. Pag nasa tournament kasi, in between matches, I try not to eat ng heavy because talaga, I couldn't focus as much as I would want to. Talaga ang hirap to focus. So for me, what works now is just to eat boiled egg and banana.
Wow!
So before a match, if I have time, and if I have that much time, 3 hours before, 2.5 hours before, yun yung mas medyo heavy. Tas ang water intake ko is maximum 2 hours before. Kasi we can't have much bathroom breaks kung hindi mapapenalize kami. So, yeah.
Yeah. But we want to squeeze in all the
Yeah.
questions that we have
Yeah.
with this very short time.
Okay.
2 questions pwede sagutin mo na diretso.
Alright.
Naisip mo ba, like looking back, going back, when you were playing with your dad, tagging along with your dad Bobby sa Makati's Super Bowl?
Yes, Super Bowl.
Did you ever envision yourself you'd be, in your 40s, still playing at a high level, winning championships, and anong susunod sa'yo? So, two-part question yan.
Honestly, hindi. Because I never thought that billiards would be my career. Dad ko siguro, baka siya nakaisip. Siya may gusto nito lahat eh. Oo, siya namilit nito eh. But anyway, kidding aside. So next would be, there's a local tournament here next week, Marboy's Open.
Agad,
It's
next
more,
week?
yeah, but it's
Where's
more
this
of,
gonna be?
it's in BF Homes Parañaque. But it's playing against the guys. So it's more of a, for me, I take it as something na more on training and experience. And then after that, I'll be going to Taiwan. There's a tournament there. There's a local tournament there. Salim puso ako dun. But my main reason of why I'm going there is I want to learn their coaching system. So for me to be able to hopefully bring it here, because I wanna teach someday after playing. And then so for naman my professional side, there's the World 8 Ball Championships in July. And then ito yung pinaka-focus ko for this year, which is the World Games in August. It's like the Olympics for billiards because it only happens every 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
But of course, before we let you go, we have to touch on something very near and dear to your heart, the Amit Cup.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's an advocacy of mine. It's something that's really close to my heart because it's something that I've always wanted since I started, which is to grow women's pool. So here we are. We started with 24 players. Now we are at 140, 160. And my co-founder in De Vera, we're dumadami ng dumadami. Kaya medyo, it's also challenging, but it's a good challenge.
Natawa pa rin ako doon sa sinabi niyang saling pusa siya. Saka makita ng isang tournament, saling pusa, yung world champion.
Salim pusa. Totoo kasi it's a Taiwan ranking
Okay.
It's ranking system for Taiwanese. So salim pusa lang talaga ako. Thank you for letting me join.
We wish we had more time with you
Oo
because ang dami
naman,
namin lagi natututunan. And
course.
it's so inspiring listening to you speak about the sport that you love and how you're growing it.
Thank you.
And yung si Rubilen, kasama na siya dun sa mga generational talents.
Yes. Oh,
sa
undoubtedly.
pagmamalaki natin sa bansa natin.
Thank you.
you.
We hope to have you
Appreciate
back
it.
on the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
all right.
I appreciate everything.
Big
Thank you
Maraming
so
salamat.
much
Thank you, thank
for
you.
your
Thank you,
time,
Bingka.
Filipino
Thank you.
pool athlete and world champion Rubilen Amit. Coming up, the TNT Tropangiga and Barangay Ginebra San Miguel are locking horns to gain an early upper hand in the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals. That story and more when Play-by-Play returns. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. After a week-long break, the TNT Tropangiga and Barangay Ginebra San Miguel write another page in their rivalry in Game 1 of the PBA Commissioner's Cup Finals. Without Jason Castro, who went down with a knee injury, TNT faced big questions despite beating Ginebra in the last two PBA Finals. But in the opening quarter, the Tropangiga caught fire, hitting 8 threes for a 29-18 advantage after 12 minutes of play. The next period, TNT stayed on top with RR Pogoy and super import Ronde Hollis Jefferson leading the way. Pogoy and RHJ combined for 35 points at the half to give TNT a 55-39 lead. The game is now past the midway point of the third quarter and TNT is still up by double digits.
Before we head on to the weekend, we have an all-NBA lineup for you tonight's highlight reel. Let's roll it right away. Bulls Nets here in Chicago. Herter to Buzelis for the slam. Woo! And look at D'Angelo Russell, could not do anything. Good pass there for Kevin Herter, who finds Buzelis soaring and flying and jamming it home. The Rook had 6 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Bulls win here at home, 116-110. They beat the Nets. Up next, history. Warriors Kings in San Fo. Moody to Curry, up fake Lyles, 3, bang, 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 times 4,000. Yes, 4,000 threes, the first ever NBA player to reach 4,000 threes is Stephen Curry, arguably best shooter ever. Moody to Curry, so nice, we got to see it twice. Take a look at that 3. Couldn't help it, kahit may double team pa. And the 3-point king, Steph, the chef, finished with just 11 though. But still, the Warriors win here over the Kings, 130-104. Okay, how about our last play? Lakers, Bucks. Lillard drives, up, and away to Jericho Sims. You'll take a look at the replay, makikita nyo, his head near the ring here, sky and high. Alex Lynn helping on Lillard. That leaves a wide open Jericho Sims for the flush, and the Bucks just dismantled the LeBron-less Lakers here despite a 45-point output from Luka. That was one of Lillard's 10 assists. Sims had 4 points, 11 boards, and as I said, Bucks blow out the depleted Lakers 126-106. Check.
Thank you for the highlights. And before we go, tomorrow is going to be a night of recognition and empowerment as the Philippine Sports Commission honors outstanding Filipina athletes in the second All-Women Sports Awards. Headlining this year's honorees are Paris Olympics bronze medalists Nesty Petesio and Ira Villegas. The 2 Pinay boxers will receive the Female Athletes of the Year award for their podium finishes in the Olympic Games Paris 2024. PSC Executive Director Paulo Tatad and bowling legend Bong Koo led the initiative to celebrate the contributions of Filipino women in sports. Congratulations to all the honorees.
Well deserved. Congratulations once again. Thank you to Rubilen Amit for guesting on his show. That's all from us tonight. Catch us again Monday at 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Good to have you back. Stay
Thank
tuned,
you.
9 o'clock. In just a few minutes, we will have a special on former President Rodrigo Duterte's first appearance at the ICC. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Lituncalao. Thank you for watching. Good night.